Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. Saturday today, so we're going to be doing more Speedrun Saturdays on the stream. Tried out our first one last week, and I think we finished the Zenith in about, it was under 20 minutes. Not too bad for a 16 board event. I think we got a 52 in that one. So not the greatest of scores, but I think still qualifies for the category that I was trying to do the run for. And then we'll be doing another 10K point speed run. Hopefully I'll do better than last week. We had a couple of misclicks that cost me a few thousand points here and there, but what's a few thousand points among friends, you know? I did notice that Bridge Overlord was streaming his District NAP event, the A-level qualifier, I guess, for that. So maybe a bunch of people will pop over here once they're done hanging out there. I don't know when he's going to be wrapping that up or if he's going to be playing another set later today. But also a very good streamer, so if you're not following him, then go check him out. But yeah, let's take a quick look at what happened yesterday, Junior Friday. We were a bit all over the place in the Zenith, but this was our final set, 48. Not a very good showing. And this was the scorecard. Unfortunately, just not one of the types of sessions that lends well toward junior bridge in general. When it's always the opponent's hand, 4 spades making, 3 no making, 3 no making. You know, if the opponents are bidding all of these games all the time and making their contracts, you're just not going to do very well. If you're trying to preempt wildly and aggressively, and it often comes back to bite you. We had a couple of kind of odd results in the set, 4 spades going down when the opponents just have 10 tricks off the top, and our opening club lead actually gave them an 11th. They could set up the clubs, but when they misguessed clubs and then later elected to try and pitch dummies clubs to rough one and dummy, our partner was able to rough in and we beat this a trick. But kind of all over the place. I guess that's what happens if you play a little wild. Will says, sad about the AJ Stefani article on bridge winners. I have to admit, I haven't had a lot of time to follow bridge winners. Let me take a look. I don't know who AJ Stefani is, but I assume that someone passed away. Okay. A board of directors member from the ACBL has, I guess I can pull this up. Has resigned. So let me take a look. Partial explanation for my actions. I guess I can read through this. How long is this? Alright, well let's start out with this. So, AJ Stefani. Oh, I know this guy. I saw him around, or at least I used to. He was a good guy. So he says, it is with great sadness and a heavy heart that I have resigned from the ACBL Board of Directors effective today. I wanted to provide all of you with at least a partial explanation for my actions for several reasons. First, I abhor the generic personal and family reasons explanation, especially when it's clear the truth lies elsewhere. Second, I wanted to at least try to squash shotgun speculation about my personal motivations, particularly when the resignation occurs before my new 4-year term has even begun. And finally, most of all, the ACBL membership deserves better. Our organization exists for you, to preserve your enjoyment of bridge, and to act as the steward of our great game in North America to ensure it survives to live another day. You are owed an explanation. It's always more challenging to work to create positive change from the inside. However, the alternative creates the risk of unnecessary disruption and desirable revolutionary dynamics. I have chosen to volunteer my time over the past 13 years from within the ACBL organizational structure in place first at the unit and club level, then at the district level, and over the past 6 years from within the ACBL Board of Directors. Working from this position has many advantages. I've forged many relationships that I consider among the most meaningful in my life, and I'm gratified in what I feel are positive contributions to the way the ACBL works. The restrictions, however, can feel confining and exhausting at times. The learning curve for operating within an organization is complex and time-worn as the ACBL is steep. You agree to comply with certain rules and norms, personal relationships must be maintained to remain effective, and trust and respect must be earned slowly and incrementally. This sums up a lot about how I feel about the ACBL as well. It is a very old organization with a lot of red tape involved to get anything done. I liked most of the people that I worked with. I wrote some articles for the ACBL Bulletin. I participated in some of the more popular challenges that they had for the ACBL, like the bidding box and all of that sort of stuff. But ultimately, there's just a giant bureaucracy whose objective seems to be to run around in circles and accomplish nothing. Maybe that's a little too harsh, but yeah. So, okay, let's keep going. Over the last few years, I began to lose confidence in ACBL management, one of the two groups that is primarily responsible for its continued existence and operation. Unfortunately, I now believe it is far past the point of repair. It's no longer a reclamation project, it's a tear it down and start over one. Fully agree. Completely agree with this. This has needed to happen for a very long time, that the entire ACBL needs to just be completely reimagined. And so it's good to hear someone who was inside the organization say that. I don't know if it's going to accomplish anything. It seems like the best way to actually get stuff accomplished is to have someone on the inside pushing for change. And now that this guy has stepped down, maybe we aren't going to get that. Okay, so he continues, I want to emphasize that I have considerable respect and admiration for much of the staff in Horn Lake that I've worked with personally over the years. Unfortunately, without competent leadership and support, even the best employees find themselves exhausted and drained. Wow, what a shot. Without competent leadership and support. Again, I can't really agree more. My evolution has roughly coincided with the advent of the COVID era, though many of the dynamics predate that time and other reasons have been raised in its wake. The governing body for the ACBL, the Board of Directors, has a responsibility to act in the best interests of the organization. Like many of the members of that body, I began to ask questions about how to respond to these challenges, what actions we might take, and how to think about our future as an organization responsible for a game in trouble. I salute the diligence and dedication to many of my colleagues. We're all volunteers serving a game we love, like many of you, and we work hard to preserve it. As my confidence eroded, I held out hope that our board would respond quickly and responsibly. I increased my efforts and sought to convince our leadership that the situation was growing more dire than we had previously seen. Our membership, which has been falling for decades, has dropped precipitously in the last several years. New member growth is less than half of what it was 2 years ago, and almost a third of what it was 5 years ago. Tournaments are running anywhere between 35 to 55% of table counts compared to 2019. Clubs, particularly larger permanent location bridge centers that are the engine of our new player growth and volunteer department, are struggling to keep their doors open as their costs continue to rise while revenues dramatically decrease. So I think a lot of the first part of what he's talking about is mostly due to COVID. A lot of people don't want to play in-person bridge. The costs of living and everything has risen substantially in the past couple of years. So for clubs that were struggling to pay their rent, they might have had to shut down. So all very sad, but not necessarily the ACBL's fault that all of these things have happened. Our virtual club program lacks any semblance of a coherent structure, allowing large pools to cannibalize the original reason that the program was created in the first place, providing a broad cross-section of FTF club owners with a life raft through the early stages of the COVID shutdown. So I guess what he's saying here is that the ACBL wasn't really prepared for a shift to online play, which is kind of what's happened recently, and therefore people have sought their online play experiences elsewhere outside of ACBL sanctioned events. I mean, BBO does seem to run a lot of ACBL tournaments, and they seem to be doing quite well, so I'm not sure where the disconnect lies. Maybe it's just numbers are still decreasing. There's not a hint of anything resembling an online bridge strategy, or even the suggestion of how we might leverage the online experience to cross-pollinate our face-to-face game that forms the cornerstone of our tournaments and NABCs. Our internal information technology capacity, which was already taxed prior to the advent of COVID, has struggled mightily to handle the challenges the last several years, while engaging in expensive new projects that have borne little fruit or generate increases in productivity. Morale in Horn Lake among direct service staff is reported to be very low, perhaps even lower than when we terminated the prior CEO in April 2018. I don't know what happened. I mean, 2018 was several years past when I stopped playing professionally, so I don't know who the previous CEO was, but I know that the ACBL has been heavily scrutinized for a lot of his actions for a very, very long time. I never thought that it was a very well-run organization. I didn't think that they really went out of their way to support what their overall objective, which according to their website is basically to foster the game of bridge. They're supposed to be a nonprofit, and yet the only thing that I constantly heard them discuss was money issues, about how they needed to make more money, increase the table count so that they could raise their income. So it feels like something's at odds with that internally and in the organization, and so maybe that was an issue with the previous CEO. Maybe the one that took over wasn't any better. Not entirely sure what's going on there. But okay, so he says, our recorder's office has failed to adjust to the challenges and the scale of online cheating. Aha. Though the potential of new technologies and procedural developments has begun to be realized over the last year. That's good to hear. I know I've heard a lot of people believe that there's rampant online cheating in a lot of these events. It's much harder to control. Like, for example, if I wanted to cheat in one of the ACBL tournaments, all I'd have to do is pick up my cell phone here, send a text to my partner of what my hand looked like, and there was nothing that could be done to catch us. Now, I mean, I'm very opposed to cheating. I was heavily involved in the giant cheating scandal that took place in 2015, 2016, that caught a bunch of people. I'm one of the good guys, but it would not be very difficult to do this, and I think a lot of people with moral compasses pointed in a different direction than mine might fall victim to it. I'm sure a lot of people already have. So I don't know a solution to this. I mean, I saw that Steve Weinstein wrote an article a while back about how in-person events, he wanted to add like a 30-minute delay to the VuGraph broadcast. Obviously, this is going to be harmful to the game of bridge in terms of it being a spectator sport to draw more people in. But if cheating is a concern, I feel for the competitors, and you really want to do your best to avoid any sorts of issues that can arise. Okay. Continuing on, we have strayed from our core competencies as a membership organization, protecting the Masterpoint brand, well-run and cost-effective tournaments for our districts and units, serving the daily needs and interests of our members, in search of developing shiny new objects, new programs and projects that growing organizations might have the luxury of exploring, but we simply cannot afford, not to mention the absence of organizational competence to pull off successfully. This is kind of a run-on sentence, but I get what he's going for here. And this, I think, is touching on what I just mentioned, that the ACBL kind of cares a lot more about money than they do about the future of Bridge. And I don't want to get too involved in this. This is a much bigger philosophical discussion, but my opinion has always been that if you do things for the right reason, then you're going to be successful. And so the ACBL seems to be doing things for the wrong reason, and they're running into problems, and that's causing them to panic. And then they continue pushing this idea of, oh, we need to... Okay, I'll jump in and tell a story. So I joined a fraternity when I was in college as an undergraduate. And I was there for a year and a half before I ended up dropping out. And the reason I quit was because the fraternity, all they cared about was getting new members to join so that they could increase their income, so that we could hold more parties, so that, you know, we could have more events, so that the fraternity itself would be richer. And they believed that if we had more money, then that would make us more popular. When in reality, I think if we were just having a good time doing things that we wanted to do, that would make us more popular. And in turn, that would probably draw more people in. So I think if the ACBL is seen as an organization that is actually there to support the Bridge players and actually there to foster the game of Bridge and foster younger players who are interested in playing, then they will get what they want, which is more people joining, more income, more tables at tournaments, all of this stuff. But they're focused on how can we directly get more people to play, and how can we get more members without presenting it as like a fun thing to do, a fun activity. So anyway, I have kind of strong opinions about this, but I don't want to dwell too much on it. I know we have, okay, we're almost done, and then I have some Bridge to get into. So administrative overhead in our national headquarters based in Horn Lake continues to increase in the face of declining revenue, and total executive level compensation has ballooned over the past 3 years. Wow. Okay. Most alarmingly, we have utterly failed, wait, so we're not even there yet? We've utterly failed to respond to the threat of the average age of our membership, which has been increasing for longer than the overall number has been declining, and has risen at a faster rate in the 2 post-COVID years than it did before. This year, the rate appeared to stabilize, though it continues to rise. Our board of directors has long straddled the lines separating strategic... Okay, so that was the end of a giant list of concerns, growing concerns that had been happening ever since this guy took office 4 or 5 years ago. 6 years ago, I think he said. So, our board of directors has long straddled the lines separating strategic direction, responsible oversight and micromanagement in addressing these challenges, and many of us are wary of the appearance of impropriety in this regard, but that does not eliminate our obligation to take action for when the organization is adrift without either the structure to address these challenges or the proper management team to operate within that structure. Our board has engaged in a continuous thread of dialogue throughout the year about how to address these challenges. To date, we have not responded in a manner that I believe reflects either the urgency with which we need to act or the recognition of the scope of these challenges. Okay, so just kind of furthering that point. I have reached the exhaustion point where I feel that it's no longer worthwhile to keep trying. I wish I had more left in the tank, but recent experiences have left me with little hope that we will ever find a way out of this situation. I've served this organization for 6 years faithfully, and I hope most people who have worked with me believe I've served with integrity and some degree of competence. In the end, I've failed to achieve what we all hope for when we embark on this kind of volunteer service, to leave the organization in better shape than when we begin. Yeah, it does feel like things have just been going downhill for a while, and I'm not sure what to do about it. I mean, I've never been involved in any sort of like leadership role in almost anything. I mean, I've been like team captains and stuff, but that doesn't really count. So it's hard for me to comment on what to do when the ship is sinking in this sense, but we got someone, I'm not sure if this is like a whistleblower or something, but someone who's actively been trying to help for a while and feels like it's just too much. So he says, it's easy to look back at everything I should have done differently, times when I should have spoken up, and those when I should have kept my mouth shut. But I will leave knowing that I've done all I can to act for the ACBL's best interests without causing further unnecessary disruption. I wonder what that means. Without causing further unnecessary disruption. So maybe he was considering more desperate measures to do something and eventually decided that it was just not worth the hassle to do so. He says, I've greatly enjoyed serving all of you and with my colleagues, and I hope to be more successful in my future endeavors, bridge-related and otherwise, than I've been in this one. Well, that's tough. Thanks for sharing that with me, Will. I was unaware. So top comments are, I guess not the top comments, but a few. Anyway, yeah, it's a tough position to be in. I mean, you know, I think this article says it better than I could. That just really a really struggling organization that has not really focused on the right things they need to do to right the ship. Yeah, you're not in the ACBL. Oop, I am logged out, but here we are, we're back. Okay, well, anyway, in brighter news, now that we have taken a look at that, let's jump into let's see, I can get a timer up on screen. Oh, I can't if it's not open. Give me a second. And we will check out the Zenith. So here we go. What is this? This is the just play from last week. Let's pull up the Zenith. I hope that this is in a good spot. Maybe I should move this over here. So yeah, last week we had 1940 was our final time in the Zenith, not too bad for 16 boards, and we will try and do a little better today. So we're not going to be playing any junior bridge, but I will be going kind of quickly, trying to claim as fast as possible in the hands, and I'll try and remember to split every 4 boards just to get a sense of where we're at. I mean, the times are a little all over the place. The first split we did in 3 minutes, then we took about 6, then about 4 for the next one, and 6 for the last one. So, but without further ado, let's jump into it. I will probably be doing kind of like a shorthand review of the of the set afterwards to take a look at what we might have done better, what went wrong, that sort of thing. But for now, I'm just going to try and pop in and play some fast bridge. So I hope that the timer is all set. Let's get ready for a countdown in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. First board, we have 14. Let's bid 4 hearts, 4 spades. Sure, 4 spades doubled. All right, Pard, can't take all day on this. Heart lead. All right, how many diamonds are we getting? That's all I want to know. Please lead diamonds so that I can claim. Wait, does partner have a spade? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, no, 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 no. No, partner doesn't have a spade. Okay. Cost myself a couple seconds there at the end. 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 no, 3 clubs, 4 no, 6 diamonds. Yikes. Okay, Stamen. So East has spades is what's going on. I mean, I should probably still lead a heart, right? Best chance to set up a trick? No, I'll lead a club. Maybe I get the diamond queen, they take a hook. Ooh. It didn't really matter, but that's kind of gross. It feels like this is probably making now. Wow, East has 6 diamonds. Oh, do they just have all the tricks? They do just have all the tricks. I don't know why I'm wasting my time on this. Okay, all 13 tricks. And of course the heart hook was winning anyway. Oh my god, what a horrible line of play that was. What a terrible, terrible line of play. I was not paying attention at all. Club, a heart, double. Ugh. I might need to pop ace. Hopefully I didn't. Okay, looks like we're good. Nope, that's not cashing, partner. Are we getting a club or not? We do. Okay. Okay. 110. Spade, 2 hearts. I have both minors. Ooh. Oh, why did I play the 8? Guess it didn't matter. Did I defend this poorly? I wasn't really paying attention. Partner led the ace of diamonds. I kind of thought that they were looking for a diamond ruff. All right, 4 hands in, 5 minutes about. Pass, pass. Pass out? 2 no, 3 no. 10 third or 9 fourth? Let's try 10 third. I would like to lead a different suit. Okay, well, let's try heart now. Wait, all the clubs were winners and Declare just abandoned them? His hand is that good? That's kind of crazy. Oh, they had a 5-card spade suit. 3 clubs double check 4 spades. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have led my stiff heart here. Maybe I should have led a diamond. Guess it wouldn't have helped. Okay, making 5. I guess I should be quicker about conceding. Spade, a no trump. 2 diamonds. Alright, king of spades. Yep. I guess I'll cover. So I guess we play it like this. I'm not confident about this. Okay. Pull the last trump. They were splitting. We'll take a heart hook. It was not winning. Alright, a diamond will pass. Spade, 2 clubs. 3 diamonds, 3 no. Lead the unbid suit. What was the auction? A diamond, a spade, 2 clubs. Why are we switching to the club queen? I just really want to play hearts. Okay. Good defense partner, thanks. Yeah, this was just brilliant defensive work by my partner on this one. Wow, he had 5 hearts and couldn't continue the suit. Spade, a no trump, 2 clubs. I have stuff, right? Not really. Okay. 2 spades it is. Sure. Alright. Let's go ace, king of spades, and a spade. Cool. $14. Club, 2 clubs. We'll try 2 now. I assume 2 clubs was game forcing. 4-2 jack, queen. Okay. Huh. 1. So I pitch 2 card. I need to like duck a diamond first. Maybe that's not even good enough. Yeah, but well, anyway, maybe I'm trying to like end play west somehow if they have the heart ace. So I think I do need to duck a diamond. And let's try heart to the. Oh my! Oh no! Come God! That. No one saw that. Yeah, that's so dumb. Why would they ever hop up with the ace there? I had it too. I absolutely had it. I was making the over trick and oh my god. Okay. Well, this is fine. Start with 2 clubs. Spin 2 spades, 3 hearts. Let's do this. Cupid. What are the odds that we can make slam if partner has 2 small diamonds? I don't know. Let's give this a try. Maybe if they don't lead diamonds, we have a chance. Or partner could just have the diamond king. This is why Q-bidding should be made on aces and kings. Don't rough this. Okay, thank you. I'm not sure I need to be too careful about what I do here, but let's just pull a couple of trumps. Okay, now we're good. Alright, 12 tricks. Was I making 6? No, probably. Oh, that's a split. Heart, a spade, 2 hearts. Kind of. Let's give it a try. I mean, I'm all aces and kings. This hand is really invitational, but maybe they make a bad lead like the queen of diamonds. Now I think for the robots I might pop king on this. Actually, surprisingly, it just doesn't matter, does it? Huh. Well, okay. Because it's the robots, I'm going to pop king. And play a heart to the 10, I suppose. Seems fine. King of clubs. All right. diamond to the 9? Am I trying to risk going down at this point? Maybe. It now feels like the jack of diamonds is no longer where we want it to be. 6, queen, ace, king. Okay. Sure. So, do I get greedy with this? I think I'm just playing ace of diamonds and a diamond. I'm not gonna waste my time. Spade queen onside. Damn. Oh, what am I doing? I was supposed to overcall 2 spades, wasn't I? Okay. They took a club hook? Huh. Ooh, that has identified my jack of hearts. That's not good. All right, 2 boards to go. 11? Why not open? What is this? Oh, strong. Right, I kind of forgot about that. Well, I have 0. That's probably not what partner wanted to hear. Okay, maybe we're a level higher than the rest of the field. But it's probably all right. There's no way to dispose of our loser. But nah, too bad. I was hoping that might be ducked. All right, last board, club 2 spades. All right. What have we got? Spade to the 10, I believe. Do I need to cash clubs first? Maybe. Okay, it didn't help. And another club? Yep. I guess I'll play for the squeeze-ish. I mean, we know West has another club, so... Hey! We made it. 1844, so faster than last week, which is good, but we do still... Oh, I didn't even have the history popped up for the hands. Sorry about that. But this was our set. Well, let's take a look at how we wound up. I guess we can check the score, see if we're over 50. Barely over 50. So, first board, not really much to discuss, I don't think. We bid up to 4 hearts, they got to 4 spades as a sacrifice, and partner went after it. Do we make 5 hearts? We lose... If we pick up the jack of hearts, I guess we do. I don't think we're too likely to get the hearts right, though. So we'll probably go down in 5 hearts if we bid it. Or some Gibbs something could happen. That's always possible. Board 2, 6 diamonds. I don't know why this scored so poorly. That's something that's really hard to imagine. I mean, the opponents took a very weird line of play, playing a diamond to the king and then the jack of diamonds to the ace. But if all the robots are always doing that, then maybe it's not so weird. But even if you take a normal line of play, like lead a low diamond to the jack, you'll still make the contract, or you'll still make all 13 tricks. So I'm not really sure I understand what went wrong for us to get a 29. So that feels a little weird. Board 3. Was I supposed to bid something here? We're favorable? Maybe, but I'm 4-3-3? I don't think so. I don't believe that we got a bad result because of me not bidding. I mean, maybe we did. And defensively, we got all of our tricks, I think, right? It's a shame both the ace, queen of spades are on side. That is a fact. That is very much true. But, oh yeah, partner just has a really good 11 count in third seat, favorable, and didn't find an opening bid. We probably would reach diamonds if partner opens a diamond. Maybe even 3 diamonds. Is that a good spot? We have a club, a diamond, a heart, and 2 spades to lose, so we're down 1. Yeah, even if doubled, minus 100. 4 spades. Board 4, so this was a little above average. I guess if, as south, you get a little too aggressive and try to get involved in the auction, you're going to get doubled and go for a large number. We can't really do better, right? I don't think we can do better. We can beat this. So why didn't we beat this? Because partner did lead the diamond ace and switched to a heart. Oh, he switched the ace of hearts. Makes sense. It's hard for our partner to imagine that we have a heart void exactly. But okay. So, I mean, still a little above average for that. Pass out, I mean, nothing really strange about this. Our partner should have opened their 11, ace, king, queen, 5th of clubs. Board 6, 3-no, making 11 tricks was terrible. Did I do something wrong here? I led a spade instead of a heart, but that just feels like a random guess to me. My spades are a little stronger, so that was my only thinking. Also, when I have no values, since partner has values, it's more likely that I hit their length if I lead from shortness. But hearts was the winner here, so I guess chalk that up to an unlucky opening lead. Board 7, 4 spades in the east. We did a bit above average on this. Yeah, not much that can be done. The spades are just working out for declare. The heart hook is always winning. I suppose we got as much as we could, in fact, because the diamond opening lead blows up the diamond suit. Board 8. We were in 2 diamonds down 1. I mean, they found the right defense. Ace, king of spades and a spade ruff. So, yeah, I don't think I can do better. I mean, double dummy wise, sure. From a double dummy perspective, if they lead a diamond, then I have no way back to my hand to pull trumps. And I guess the best I can actually do is to just overtake the king of diamonds with the ace and give up a diamond trick to pull trumps. That way they don't get a spade ruff. But no one's gonna find that, so they did lead ace for ace king. They found their ruff and beat me a trick. 3 no. Oh, 2 diamonds down 1 was a strong result. That's surprising, actually. I wonder why that is. Is my hand not good enough for a 2 diamond overcall? Maybe not. I mean, it's a bit dicey, but being not vulnerable at match points feels kind of correct. Board 9, 3 no. We did poorly for letting this make 10 tricks. I mean, our partner's defense was absolutely insane. Switching to the queen of clubs, like we lead a heart, clearly 4th best. Partner has ace 4th of hearts and doesn't return the suit. So partner's club switch just set up declares clubs. I mean, I played the suit back because I trusted my partner. I don't know what else to say. Feels like they wanted me to continue clubs. I mean, there's some chance, right? Okay, where was the auction? There's some chance that East is doing this with like 6 diamonds and 3 clubs. So that's kind of what I thought was happening. Open a diamond, rebid 2 clubs. Sometimes if you have a very strong hand, that's just what you have to do because you don't want to jump to 3 diamonds with a weak diamond suit. You know, I can see that East doesn't have good diamonds, looking at the ace king and dummy. But that was my reasoning, so I just kind of expected partner's club switch had to be from a 4-card suit. Otherwise, they can look at the auction and realize that a club switch is not good for our side. But okay. Board 10. We got to 2 spades. This was a little above average for bidding and making as many tricks as we could. Did they get a club ruff? I guess they didn't get a club ruff is what happened. Diamond to the queen and ace, club to the 8, ace and 6, and a diamond came back. Yeah. And so now we were just able to pull trumps. Okay. Pretty good score there. 3-0 in the South making 10 tricks was... Oh, this was so stupid. And I mean, the sad part about this is that when a spade came around to the jack and I ducked a diamond... so double dummy is a spade return. The only thing that holds it? Yeah. So I was hoping that either East wouldn't find a spade return here or that spades were actually 5-1. And in that case, on any other return, I actually legitimately make... Maybe I can pull that up. This is kind of a fun hand to take a look at. So we got the opening spade lead. 4th best, of course, so I expect East to have 2 of them, but I don't know, computers do weird things. And so at this point, I mean, if we take a look at what my hand looks like, supposedly I can just make 11 tricks by playing on hearts immediately. Why is that? Does West also get squeezed out of their diamond card? So West has to discard twice on the run of clubs. So they can afford to pitch a spade. And West actually does legitimately get squeezed in 3 suits. Well, I was not analyzing quick enough to realize that. But maybe I should just show that, because this is basically what I was going for. So if I had led a low heart right now, if West pops up with the ace, then I get my 2 heart tricks immediately. So they have to duck, I win the king, And now I run the club suit. Ace of clubs, club to the king, club back to dummy. East's hand is kind of irrelevant, but let's suppose that they throw a heart on the first one. Another club, East throws a diamond, so now I ditch a diamond from my hand. West can't come down to singleton ace of hearts, otherwise I can just duck. If they ditch a diamond, they kind of delay the inevitable, but for now, let's suppose they pitch a spade. That seems safe. So I cash my last club. East has to discard something. Let's suppose they throw a heart. I throw a spade, and now West kind of runs into some issues. If they throw their heart blanking the ace, I can just duck a heart, setting up the queen. Ace, king of diamonds are an entry to the queen of hearts. If they throw a spade, I can cash the ace. The 10 of spades becomes good, so they have to pitch a diamond. Now I can strip both of their diamonds, and I can play a spade to the ace, and a spade back to the 10. West wins, and they're end played into leading away from the ace of hearts into my queen. So this was kind of the ending I was going for, to make an extra trick. But what actually happened was I ducked a diamond. East didn't find the killer switch to the 6 of spades. They played a diamond back, and now I was going to lead a heart towards the king, doing the same thing. But my cursor was already over the king of hearts, so when the ace popped up, I had just quickly clicked. The joys of speedball tournaments. So this was not a bad play by West, hopping up with the heart ace. It's not a very human thing to do, but West realized that they were actually getting strip squeezed on the hand, and so it didn't help them to duck the ace of hearts. So kind of a stupid robot problem that showed up, but that's what I was hoping for. Unfortunately, I clicked a little too fast. Board 12, we got almost 70% for bidding to the slam. Not a very good auction to get there. Unfortunately, would I have done anything differently if I was spending more time? So over the spade opener, I bid 2 clubs. One of the important things that you want to do if you're near slam territory is to not bid weak suits. Because if I were to bid diamonds and partner were to show a diamond fit, then we might end up playing in diamonds off like all of the ace, king, queen of trumps or something like that. And that's not really where we want to end up. We would much rather, or we might end up in diamonds where partner has ace third opposite our jack 10 fifth. And again, we would much rather play in spades or, you know, maybe even clubs, or use the ace, king of clubs in dummy to ditch partner's diamond losers playing in a different suit. So that's why I bid 2 clubs instead of 2 diamonds. If my hand wasn't really in slam territory, I would probably start with the higher ranking suit, planning to show both of them. Start with 2 diamonds, rebid 3 clubs, something like that. But okay, so here, 1 spade, 2 clubs, 2 hearts. We show our spade support with 2 spades, 3 hearts, supposedly a cubid. I've always believed that below 3 of the trump suit, you shouldn't be cubitting, you should be showing shape. You should wait to cubid until you get to 3 of your trump suit. So here, anything below 3 spades should pattern out. Partner could have bid 3 diamonds or 3 clubs to show a 3-card suit. 3 hearts should show 5-5 in the majors, which is what partner has. So I would still bid 3 hearts, but it wouldn't necessarily be a cubid. And so then I bid 3 spades. Maybe this is not a great bid. I think if we were playing some sort of serious or non-serious, I might do that right now. Because I'm not thrilled about the fact that I have this void opposite partner's heart suit. We're really going to need partner to have a strong hand in support of one of my minors for slam to make. Like here you can see they have the king, queen, doubleton of diamonds, so that's the support that I need to make slam. But they could also have held queen, doubleton of clubs or something to that effect. So yeah, I'm not sure about the 3-spade bid. I would probably have made a non-serious try. The robots don't do that though. Partner queued 4 hearts. Again, this is kind of a failure of the robot system. They have all of these other queue bids available, and yet because it's not first round control, they can't do it. So we are stuck in this spot over 4 hearts where we're missing a diamond control, but our hand otherwise is enormous for slam. We want to do something, but the problem with key card is that if I bid key card and partner shows me 1 as they do here, I'm going to realize it's the heart ace and not the diamond ace, and that doesn't help me. So what should I do over 4 hearts? I suppose in an ideal world I should cue bid 5 clubs. But I think jumping to 6 spades has a lot of practical chances. For one thing, maybe partner has like king, doubleton of diamonds, and East is on lead with like the ace queen, and they think, hey, they've never found a diamond control, let's lead the ace of diamonds. And that's the only lead that lets us make. So that's possible. But anyway, I mean, we reached the slam. Slam was not difficult to play. 4 hearts in the north on the next one. How'd we do on this? 86. Wow, just for making the game. Maybe, okay, that's something I hadn't considered really, was that 4 hearts probably is scoring well because we reached game, right? We opened, did we open? No, we didn't open, but we game forced on this 11 count with ace, king, king, and a jack. So I'm guessing the field didn't. Because after the queen of diamonds lead, like I said, you know, against a human player, I would always run this around to the ace, pull trumps, and then take the diamond finesse. But against the robots, I was pretty confident the jack was offside. Unfortunately, we just didn't have a safe way to guarantee our contract afterwards. Wow, look at this, the king of clubs. King of clubs here from king jack. What an insane defense. Didn't really matter, but if they had pinned singleton queen, that would have been sharp. So we pulled trumps, and unfortunately the opponents just never continued diamonds for us to give us a free hook. We roughed in, and the problem here is if I take a spade hook and it loses, and then a diamond comes back, and that finesse loses, I'm just down 1. So I decided to play safe, ace of diamonds and a diamond. West won, but now I have the 10 of diamonds set up to ditch my spade loser, even if the spade hook loses. So we could have made an over trick, but just bidding to game already scored us 86% of the match points. I probably would have thought about that during the play as well, if I wasn't going so speedily, to come to the right conclusion that I think we should just play safe for our contract. Boards 14 and 15 were both pushes at 4 of a major or 5 of a major making. So 14, a heart, we overcalled a spade. I think, like I said, I would prefer to bid 2 spades with this hand. The hand is just a bunch of garbage. I don't really want to indicate to my partner that I have values on the hand. So preempting makes a little more sense. And with everything splitting, I guess if I lead a diamond, Declare might be a little unhappy, but it's hard to find a diamond lead from my hand. So Declare was just able to easily take a finesse in the club suit. What exactly happened on this hand? So club finesse, a diamond to the ace, a spade ruff, ace of clubs pitching. Did Declare have to get this club ruffed and over ruffed? I don't think so. Yeah, so this is a really strange play. I wonder why we only got 50%, given that Declare has kind of dropped a trick. Well, maybe they didn't drop a trick, but this line of play is a little sketchy, I think. They could have done better, we'll put it that way. Next board, yeah, we opened this other garbage 11 count. Partner made a strong jump shift. We reached 5 hearts, but that was the limit. They had their 2 aces, and we had no way to ditch our losers. Maybe if we were able to reach 3-0, that would have been a better spot. I mean, it would have taken a spade lead to beat 3-no trump. Well, not beat 3-no trump, but hold us to only 10 tricks. So we had potential there, and then board 16, a little below average for 2 spades, making 3. I'm not sure there was a whole lot I could have done differently on this one. I mean, we got a club lead. Jack of clubs, always from shortness, we know. And I mean, it looks like no matter what happens, we just have 2 spades and 2 diamonds to lose. So I think I did my best by playing 2 more rounds of clubs, trying to throw a diamond loser, but obviously East has led Jack from Jack Doubleton. The diamond went over to the ace, another club came through. Again, I tried to rough in with a spot card, but East overruffs. And then I had some sort of squeeze against West with the 10 of diamonds being a threat. So West was down to 2 hearts. I think I mistakenly said that West had another club remaining, but that was not true. But they had another diamond remaining. That's maybe what I meant. I don't recall. So not sure why that was below average, but I guess that was our set. We went faster than last week despite a slower start. So that's pretty nice, cutting down our time. Okay, I am going to jump into another 10K